How do you handle the objection of, hey, I love what you do, I need to think about it, or let me think it over? Now, what happens when your prospect says that to you? I need to think it over, let me get back to you, let me think it over. You never hear from them again. Comment below if you have ever experienced that. That's the problem. Now, in my previous video, I've talked about where you can click somewhere here. When someone says, let me think about it, what do you say to them at the end of the conversation, at the end of the sales call? Now, today I'm going to teach you something a little bit different. I want you to think about the sales conversation you have before, during, and the end, kind of after. I've taught you how to handle it when it's near the end of the sales conversation. When someone says to you, hey, I need to think about it, yet I taught you how to do that in the previous video. Today, I'm actually going to teach you how do you prevent that so they don't even say that to you. You don't need to talk about, oh, I want to think about it. You don't even need to handle that. We're gonna prevent it. Prevent this objection, which is way better when it actually comes up at the end and you try to handle it at the very end. I like to handle it up front. So let's talk about beginning, before the call. How you set up the call is so critical. If you are chasing the prospect, if you are calling the person, if you act and sound like a typical salesperson, right there, it's very easy for the prospect to say, hey, I need to think it over. What they're saying is, I don't think you could help me. Or I don't know if you offer the right solution to my problem. Or I don't know if I trust you, I'm a little bit skeptical. They're afraid to take action. They're afraid to take action and solve the problem right now. So that's the issue. It's not so much they want to think about it. That's not really the issue. So in the beginning, how you set up that call. Are you calling them or are they calling you? That makes a huge difference. Which one are you doing? Now, in the beginning of the call, here's something that you could say. It's called setting the agenda. It's how you set the agenda. Now, it could be face-to-face like this, or it could be in a phone. It doesn't really matter. Let's do it like this. We're in a meeting with the prospect in front of us, face-to-face like that. So I may say something like that. Hey, Mr. Prospect, I'm glad that we are meeting today to see how I could help you take your business to the next level. Now, before the meeting starts, can I ask you a couple questions? And they say, sure. You know what? At the end of our meeting, there are 3 things that you could say to me. The first thing you could say is, hey, Dan, that sounds good. Let's do some business. And that's good. Then we can work together and I can help you. The second thing that you could say is a no. And that's perfectly fine. I want you to know, Mr. Prospect, it's perfectly okay to say no to me. If it's not a good fit, you can say no to me, I can say no to you. Number 3, the third thing that you could say, but I don't want you to, is I want to think about it. Because usually what that means is it's a no, and you're just trying to be polite. So before we even proceed, can we make a simple agreement that at the end of this meeting, you would say either a yes or a no, but not a I want to think about it. Is that fair? Boom, I have set the tone, I've set the agenda, that's how it's gonna go. Then it's very difficult for the prospect at the very end to say, oh, I want to think about it. No, we have agreed up front. That's the rule of engagement. We're not gonna talk about want to think about it. And so at the end, you're not like trying to chase them and say, oh, what do you need to think about? Let's think about it together. Oh, is it the price? No, you're trying to justify yourself too much. You're trying to justify your value. In this case, I just say that up front. Very casual, very fair. And if they give me resistance, I would say, you know what? Maybe before we even do this, maybe on the phone, before we even proceed, before we even meet face to face, why don't I send you some more information? When you're ready, when you want to do this, then let's set up a time to talk. Then maybe I send them some more information. I send them some more videos. I send them some more case studies. Send them some more proof. I don't want to talk to a prospect unless I know I properly qualified them. They are pre-qualified and pre-interested to buy what I have to offer. Why would I waste time? So you can use tools before the call to set everything up. So then when you're talking to someone on the phone, you're spending your time, notice the word, you're spending your time with a qualified prospect. So that's what you do. Before the call, you set the agenda, you set the tone, and you are telling the prospect, hey, if we're gonna do business, great. If we're not gonna do business, that's fine. But let's not waste each other's time. You're a business person, I'm a business person. You've got money, I've got a solution. Let's exchange. You give me your money in exchange of the problem. If you don't want to spend money, then keep your money, but also you keep your problem. And that's how you do it. So next time, before you do any sales call, try the technique, set the agenda, and see how people react. And I think you'll find you eliminate that objection. I need to think about it. Let me think it over. Rarely do I hear that. Comment below and let me know how this technique works for you.